Ever feel like your own phone is basically being held hostage by your carrier? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the exact step-by-step process to free your AT&T device from those frustrating carrier restrictions. If you've been wondering how to gain complete, ultimate control over your smartphone, tablet, or hotspot, you are definitely in the right place. Let's get right into it.
Seriously though, are you just totally over it? Think about it for a second. You've got those ridiculously costly international roaming fees when you travel, or that annoying frustration of being locked into one specific network, especially when you know for a fact there are better deals out there in rural areas or with different carriers. It's incredibly limiting, right?
The payoffs of removing that SIM lock are literally game-changing. Your phone instantly transforms into a highly flexible, much more valuable asset. You finally get the freedom to choose any domestic carrier, like say jumping over to T-Mobile or Verizon. Plus, you can buy super cheap local SIM cards when you're traveling abroad for massive savings. And hey, when it's time to upgrade, an unlocked phone commands a significantly higher resale value. But the absolute best part? Unlocking it directly through AT&T is completely free and it doesn't void your warranty whatsoever.
Okay, so here is your escape plan. We're going to tackle this in 5 simple steps. Checking eligibility, gathering your intel, the unlock process, completing the unlock, and finally, troubleshooting and alternatives.
Step 1. Checking eligibility.
Listen, AT&T has strict binary rules for this. There's no negotiation here and no magic override. Unless, you're active duty military with deployment papers. For everyone else, you absolutely must meet all 4 of these criteria. First, your device has to have a fully paid off installment plan. That means a $0 balance on the device itself. Second, it needs to have been active on the network for 60 days if you're postpaid or 6 months of paid service if you're on prepaid. Third, your account has to be in good standing. Honestly, even a tiny $1.99 unpaid fee will block the whole process. And fourth, the device cannot be flagged as lost, stolen, or involved in any kind of fraud.
Step 2. Gathering intel, specifically the IMEI.
To unlock your phone, you really only need one single essential piece of information, and that is your IMEI number. The great thing here is how completely foolproof it is to find. You don't have to go digging through a maze of settings menus. Just open your phone's standard dialing app, punch in *#06#, and boom, a 15-digit number will pop right up on your screen. Grab a pen and write that number down because you are definitely going to need it.
Step 3. The unlock process.
Okay, so depending on your exact device, your path splits right here. If you're rocking a newer flagship phone, and by that I mean specifically an iPhone 15 or newer, a Google Pixel 9 or newer, or a Galaxy S25 or newer, the process is an automatic over-the-air unlock. Basically, once you meet those eligibility rules we just talked about, AT&T's network just pushes an update directly to your phone. No portal required. But for legacy hardware, and honestly the vast majority of other devices out there, you're going to need the manual web portal submission.
For that manual process, the steps are pretty straightforward. Just hop on your browser and go to att.com/deviceunlock. Click on Submit an Unlock Request. From there, you'll just type in that 15-digit IMEI you wrote down a minute ago, along with your contact email. Check a few boxes to prove you aren't a robot, agree to the legal terms, and hit Submit.
Wait, pause right here for a massive gotcha warning. If you are not an active AT&T customer submitting this through your logged-in account, AT&T throws up a security gate. They're going to send a confirmation link to the email you provided, and you absolutely must click it within exactly 24 hours. Our sources point out that this is the most common point of failure for people. So check your spam, check your junk folder. If you miss that 24-hour window, the request just expires, and you literally have to start the whole shebang all over again.
Oh, and a super quick detour if you're on prepaid. Notice the contrast here. The AT&T postpaid process uses the web portal and takes a maximum of about 48 hours to process. But if you have an AT&T prepaid Android, you actually skip the website completely. You just open your app drawer, look for the pre-installed Device Unlock app, and hit Request a Permanent Unlock right there on the device itself.
Step 4. Completing the unlock.
So AT&T supports unlocking for an incredible scale of devices, giving specific instructions for dozens of manufacturers, from Acer all the way to ZTE. But here's the thing, regardless of the brand, the final step almost always involves one physical action, taking out your old AT&T SIM card and popping a non-AT&T SIM card into the phone.
Now, once you pop that new SIM in, what happens next really depends on your device's ecosystem.
Apple folks, you've got it easy. There is no unlock code. You just put the new SIM in, and the phone reaches out to Apple's servers behind the scenes to unlock itself. For Androids and most older devices, your screen will actually prompt you to enter an unlock code. This is usually an 8-digit number that AT&T sends in your approval email, but please, be extremely careful here. Depending on who made your phone, if you guess or accidentally enter the wrong code 5 to 10 times, you trigger a permanent hard lock. You will permanently disable the phone's ability to ever be unlocked. So yeah, type carefully.
Step 5. Troubleshooting and alternatives.
So, what happens if your unlock request is denied? Don't panic. The system will give you a reason. And you actually have actionable solutions. If it says not active 60 days, keep in mind that the 60-day clock starts ticking from the exact moment your phone first connected to the AT&T network, not the day you bought it at the store. If it says unpaid balance, you just have to pay off the device installment plan completely, and then wait about 48 hours for the payment to clear their system. And if you randomly get a lost or stolen flag by mistake, your only real path forward is to contact AT&T support directly and show them your original purchase receipt to get the flag clear.
All right, let's say you got the approval and entered the code perfectly. Do not, I repeat, do not just blindly trust that little carrier lock removed status in your settings. Our sources actually warn pretty heavily about hidden feature withholding. To definitively test if you're fully unlocked, go buy or borrow a cheap $5 prepaid SIM card from another carrier, like T-Mobile. Stick it in there. Does the signal strength bar show up? Can you successfully load a web page using mobile data? Try toggling Wi-Fi calling on? If all of that works, congratulations, you are truly, officially unlocked.
Now, if for some wild reason you just cannot go through AT&T, maybe you bought the phone secondhand off a buddy and can't get hold of the original owner, there are third-party services. Services like Dr. Phone Online Unlock actually boast a 99% guaranteed success rate, 0 hidden fees, and a really quick turnaround. But you need to be incredibly cautious with other providers out there. Sites like Direct Unlocks might hit you with high hidden fees and only have a moderate success rate, while official SIM Unlock offers high success but takes a bit longer. Just remember, AT&T does this for free, so paying a third party should strictly be your absolute last resort.
Which brings us to a quick but necessary disclaimer. Carrier policies, unlock procedures, and especially third-party terms change all the time. So always verify the current, up-to-date guidelines directly with AT&T at at.com/deviceunlock before you actually start this process.
But honestly, unlocking your phone is completely doable if you just follow the strict rules of this escape plan. And now that you've got total device flexibility and some massive international savings waiting for you, what will be your first travel destination with your newly unlocked phone? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. And hey, happy travels!